So I had this really big goal of mine. Since I had not felt like I was smart for most of my life, I wanted to get straight A's this one time. And so for a few months, I didn't go out at all. I would just work. But I would find myself, whenever I would walk around campus, find it really, really hard to talk to anybody. Honestly, every time I spoke to somebody, I got super nervous and didn't enjoy my convos at all. It felt like I didn't enjoy talking to anybody anymore. And so I did something. I waited till the until the start of holidays, and I just started planning a shit ton of events. And after a few weeks, I still felt really awkward, like this feeling of finding it hard to talk to people. It was still there. I still hadn't gotten over these social troubles. But I learned a few things, and after about 2-3 weeks, I felt like I was back in full motion. It was easy to talk to people again. And in this video, I want to share those two things that really helped me become more social so much more quickly. And hopefully it won't even take you 2 weeks. Hopefully it'll be fast. But before I get into that, subscribe and follow my Instagram. It should be in the bio. But here, let me get in the points. So there was this one night where basically these two people were walking past me. So I bumped into this guy and this girl, and I started speaking to them. And I was trying to be really friendly, but this girl, as they were walking away, the girl says to the guy, "Oh, I don't really like him." But the guy goes, "What do you mean? He's so nice." And I hear this, and I'm thinking, well, shit, this girl already doesn't like me, but this guy's defending. So I turn around and I go, "Have a good night." And basically, as I'm walking off, I again overhear this conversation, and this time this guy goes, "What's wrong with you? He's such a nice person." And I learned something really, really important that day. That was, even if you feel insecure, even if you feel like people don't like you, the only thing that you can do to improve your situation is to pretend they like you. I pretended in my mind that they both liked me. And so as an outcome of that, I was really nice towards them. And this guy especially ended up really liking me because I was such a nice person. I assumed that he liked me, acted in the right way, and clearly he defended me, he liked me back, right? There's been a lot of other times where I've done this, where there's been a situation where I feel like there's a guy who doesn't, like for example, there was this guy in my class and I thought he really didn't like me. But one day I just started being super friendly to him. I just pretended in my mind, oh yeah, he likes me. I was like, "Oh, how you going, mate?" I started saying hi to him wherever we would go. And some people this won't work for, but this one guy in specific, all of a sudden he was super friendly to me. We became friends. And I realized, holy shit, if you just pretend people like you, you're gonna be more liked overall. Because if you think people like you, like if you're at your birthday party, right? You've got a couple of friends over or whatever, you're super confident, you're super happy, and since you feel like everyone likes you, and so you're in a great mood and you give off all this great energy, and people will like you even more for seeing you in that. Like imagine two people. Imagine one guy who's super friendly and super happy, and one guy who just is quiet and doesn't really talk to you. Obviously you're gonna like the super friendly, happy guy. And to just pretend other people like you instantly can put you in the frame where you're super friendly, and instantly more people will like you. Now I want to share this other story. So this one night, I was going to my friend's 18th birthday, and on the way there, I shared this car drive with one of my friends. And the thing is, I wasn't super close with him, but I felt super awkward this night. I didn't even really want to go. But the reason I still went is because this guy was my good friend, and I was just feeling a little bit crook. I like going and talking to a lot of people, but I was feeling a little bit ill. I still went though. And by the end of the car ride, honestly, I was still feeling awkward. I walk in the event, I'm still feeling a bit awkward, but I start talking to people. I start getting around my friends. And after about an hour, I woke up the courage with one of my friends to go and introduce myself to these new people at this party. And after talking to all like the people that I knew from school, my friends, and my friend and I, we went up to these people. I'd worked up confidence. I'd been talking to my friends. I was a little bit more comfortable. And we started this conversation, and it was a little bit awkward at the start, but we kept it going. And I started feeling even more confident. And then I started talking to more people, more groups. By the end of this party, I think I talked to every single person that was there. And I felt it was easy to talk to all of them. Even though at the start, I felt it was so awkward. You might be wondering what happened. And honestly, I was thinking about this and I was wondering what happened as well. But I realized it was because the way that the party was set up was that a lot of the people that I knew that I was friends with were there before the other guys that I didn't really know got there. And as more people started to get there, I was already starting to feel like I was in a more talkative mood because I was just around my friends. So it taught me that if you're going to go to a party, if you're going to go out, whatever you're doing, any social event, if you hang out with one of your good mates and then you go, it gives you this confidence that you would have never ever had if you went out by yourself, if you went and did things by yourself. Like, I can be super social, but honestly, I can also be really, really awkward. And sometimes the one biggest thing that changes it is if you're around people that you're really close with. Because whenever I'm with a certain friend, I always seem to have unlimited confidence and I always feel like the whole night goes my way. And I recommend that the next time, if you're going to go to a party or whatever, even if you have no one to go with or whatever the situation is, I recommend you meet up with a friend 3-4 hours before the party. Even if you're not going to go to this party with your friend, this is just an example, but even if you're not going to go to the party with your friend, you can still meet up with him, hang out with him for a few hours, and I guarantee by the time you go to the party, since you hung out with your friend before, it'll be so much easier to get into conversations. It's like warming up. It's like going to the gym. You go there, you start on some light weights and the dumbbells, and then you start getting heavier and heavier. And then you reduce the risk of injury. You feel like it's easier to lift the heavier weights because you've warmed up. It's the same socially. You've hung out with a friend, and so now you're feeling more confident. There's less risk of you saying something embarrassing. That's all I have for today. Go subscribe, click the subscribe button right now, and my Instagram should be in the bio. So if you have any questions, this might not have made sense, some parts, or if you still need more help, whatever it is, feel free to message me, bro. I love getting messages from people who follow me on YouTube. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Have a great day, brother. Take care.